Um, where did I begin? Oh, right. Okay, so Hannah, Alexi, and Squiggs had to interview with Andrew Sterling. I was an emotional support rat that snuck out of Hannah's pocket and investigated the facility. I found red dust on a flamethrower person from... Yeah. I found red dust on a flamethrower person. I was able to get it rather swiftly with some deception tactics. I will investigate it further if it's witch dust. If it is witch dust, we have a problem. Andros is equipping probably flamethrower persons with liquid witch dust, which would probably lead to a much heavier burn spray, kind of.
It was the fire flamethrower people that had the large tanks.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember those?
What else did I find out? In the storage area of the facility, I found witch dust on the carpets, leading nowhere. It was kind of all over the place. Took a while of that as well. Tried to find any residues. I probably start my entire research next cycle. I'm rather EP. Then on the top floor, it was rather well guarded. The lockpicks weren't rather easy to pick, so to say. I found 6 superchargers of electricity surrounding a huge, a 3x3 building, highly maintained. The glass is about 6 inches thick, so are the doors. The walls are very thick. Nothing I could do, I was able to enter, but I was able to see through the windows. Inside, there is a spire and a lot of cords, gems, and wires. And all the wires connect back to the chargers. We also have noticed a very, very fast horse Andros is... Well, his business is creating.
I take it you mean faster than a typical horse can get?
Yes.
Very quick.
A horse kind of infused with witch dust. It's
actually
very quick.
Not just infused, it was fed by it. It runs on it.
I only say what I've saw. I haven't been with in your talk.
Have you
Yes.
Have you mentioned the engine, Hannah? The one in the living room behind his office area. That was the most interesting one to me. There's no way a man like him would be using witch dust just to heat his home.
But Karina, Hannah said something to me before. Yes, he does have a lot of energy stored. Karina, Hannah told me before that the Arbiter back in Gloomrod said something to them about Andros, that he was a former Transcendent leader and that he had problems with Black Brew. The Arbiter had the same kind of problems, as far as I heard. Okay, then not in Gloomrod. Oh?
So the Arbiter, does or does not the Arbiter have a distinct connection to Andros that you know of? This is very important.
I believe that Andros is the Arbiter.
You believe they're one and the same?
Karina, think about what I said. Up there, huge electric mess, huge spire. deals with witch dust, remember how the Arbiter looks.
Yes, I saw mostly the red and blue. I've never seen Andros, to my knowledge.
Andros looks like a normal human being, but I really doubt he is human.
Very well. Where did you learn this, Hannah? Very well.
My belief is... Dorian told me something interesting last cycle.
What?
Actually, this cycle, but
Hmm.
I asked about the Chaos Leviathan, and Dorian mentioned the cult does not always... Like, a lot of members of the cult are either not connected, or some people just rather want to do an altar for a Leviathan and deal with that outside of the cult.
Oh, yes,
My,
Mhm.
what my belief is, the Storm Leviathan, it could be, and that is just a thought of mine. What if the thing that I encountered up there was not just a research facility or anything, or a means to make Andros perhaps the Arbiter, but what if it's a Leviathan altar?
To my knowledge, the Storm Leviathan is nowhere near Vardaran. But Leviathans do move over time.
This is just... Sorry, I'm just rumbling, but definitely something is going on up there.
I agree. I very much agree. What I'm unsure of is if Andros is Sterling, or if Andros is the Arbiter, then what has me perplexed is how he could so drastically shift his visual appearance from what appears to be something of a being of pure magic to an ordinary person. Additionally, it is worth noting that witch dust is found in both gem nodes and quartz, and both gems and quartz are excellent magical conductors.
What if he infuses himself with it, makes himself what the Arbiter is? And what... We don't see the Arbiter often, and if we see him only for a short time...
Yes, bear in mind that this witch dust is also found in blood crystal, believe it or not. I don't know. Maybe it's
Blood
just anything
crystal,
with...
ghost crystal, core, everything that is crystalline, everything that is kind of see-through. One more thing that I have found, where Hannah, basically everyone had to basically cover very well for me, and especially that glass door. I got more confirmation now that witch dust is explosive if it's infused. I sprayed some witch dust into a rather heavy door and used a pistol shot to ignite it, and it exploded the lock. After that door, there was a small hallway into a room. The door was as heavy facilitated as the one up there. And guess what I've seen inside?
What did you see?
Noctum and cult banners, all in boxes.
Well, now isn't that convenient? An eyewitness account that Andros Sterling has within his abode a stash of the banners of both sides, as well as deals in and possesses an abundance of witch dust, the remains of which were found at the blast site. The timing conveniently framed to make it seem as if our ritual meant ill will when it never did. One moment.
I even have a sketch of it.
That would be ideal, if you can provide it, or a copy of it, please. Do you have, by chance, anyone else who saw this, or just you?
Apologies?
Did anyone else see this, or just you? Alright.
I was the only one snooping about. If the problem was, we would have been 5 people. We were only 4, and I was the only one snooping about.
That is alright. I just wished to know. Because, of course, when it comes to this sort of thing, and we want undeniable proof, of course, so... Still, if you have a sketch, that is very difficult to deny. Alright. If you do have it, please do hand it over. That is indicative. And it seems they're in a place that's somewhat open to the air.
It is outside, it is heavily guarded, it is in the back, in the furthest back of the entire estate. I'm going to start next cycle to create an asset that is able to bite through crystalline structures, since it's all guarded by, well, it's all guarded by 6-inch fucking glass doors, to gain proper access to both these rooms. How I do it get back inside is another question of itself, but we will figure something out.
If you hadn't stolen that weapon, I was going to seek his employ, as he did notice that I was a good fighter somehow. I don't know. I was questioning him about his security, so maybe I could gain access. But that may be difficult if he notices that weapon is missing.
Alexi, the weapons missing is not the only part that is troublesome. Due to how heavy facilitated all these doors were, you would notice by now also the fracture of the lock towards the thing, also the chaos residue all over the place. The problem is I had to get in access somehow, and I did not have the time to clean up behind me because Andros was rather, let's say, swift on his feet.
He was very quick for a human. It was surprising.
I was very worried that he suddenly comes up the stairs, and if we would have seen a rat suddenly in a storage area, the very rat that was before in Hannah's pockets.
Is this the weapon that you stole, or I'm not sure I follow? Oh, that's curious.
I've also found these, the weapons I stole.
How curious.
Anyways, that was basically everything from my findings.
This is
For now,
exceptional.
I will write the report of it. I will try to research the both vials of witch dust I found. I will probably research these 2 axes as well. and then write a report for you four and Squeaks.
Thank you. And just so I'm clear who all was present, you, Evangeline, Hannah, Alexei, Squeaks.
Yes, and Voltraxus should have been there, but he wasn't. So he will get the report as well.
I understand. This is... With this sketch... Now, we don't have him straight up admitting to it, but we have near everything we seek in this regard, I think. The possession of the banners, the motive, the acquisition of witch dust. You haven't found bombs themselves, have you, I take it?
Nope.
Alright.
Sulfur was also very sparse. I looked into every room, there was no kind of explosive or sulfur.
What, Alexei?
Hannah, Squeak can gladly share the information publicly to the Academy or in the Academy, but we should handle Andros first before we share anything. If he catches wind of it, he's gone faster than we can catch him.
Yes. I would be mindful about publications of this part of the report. Alright. On the one hand, publishing it publicly in the Academy will mean that everyone knows. On the second, it may lead to him leaving in short order. I don't know. I'm ultimately not sure what we would want to do with him. Under the belief that it is him. I will speak with my cluster on the matter.
Do you wish me to share this with Eleanor as well?
That is a good question.
You can't give them nothing, because otherwise it would be too suspicious, especially if they knew you were doing that.
Especially it's their gates.
If they knew you were doing the spy work, I wonder, putting it into Noctum's hands that the cult banners were found, I'm curious what Noctum's stance is on the bombing, and do they think we did it? Do they think we didn't? Do they simply not care?
They actually are... Eleanor actually tasked... I brought it up. I was, okay, can I have access to your gates to look at it, what happened? And Eleanor was very eager to find it out herself and tasked me to do so and give her any link of information possible. She's also in this opinion that if it's possible with all that information to bring back a ceasefire, she will take it. But that's her stance.
That's very curious. In that case, perhaps it is good that she knows the truth in this regard. I will deliberate on it for a moment.
I will not give her anything unless it is consented to by you all.
And I thank you for it. I will allow me to speak with my cluster on the matter of how to proceed here. And I will send you a letter. I'll keep it coded, but something of the matter of you may share the information. For assent is what you should expect. I'll need to speak with them in person. Regrettably, none of them are awake right now. I will tell them what I have heard. I will also make mention as a ceasefire, another ceasefire, may not be the worst option in the current state of things. As I've said, we want to survive and worship. Noctum has not allowed us that, at least not without a fight. This could prove a catalyst for that, particularly with Noctum's current strategic position.
That's true.
Here's what I'm thinking, and this is me personally, and I've had my throat ripped 4 times since returning, or rather, since newcomers have arrived here. I've seen a lot of friends of mine die with only one. I understand that if it happens again, there's a good chance I don't come back. I understand that these things are permanent. That they happen. I've seen it happen. I've lost a lot of friends this way. I can fight, but I'm not a fighter. If I would like to see things stop, in idealism, I would like for us to not have to fight them. I worry that any ceasefire will simply be an opportunity for them to repair their walls, for progress to be undone, for the war to again stagnate. But I don't know. Perhaps with the magic change, they will change their ways, but I think deep down I know that they won't. Mortium is and always has been a force of conquerors. Still.
I'm not asked you a question, actually.
You may.
She asked when the war between Noctum and the Cold actually started.
Who asked?
Hannah. Just
Oh.
now.
No. It was when we started warring again, or we started warring to begin with. Oh, I don't know. I think the Cult of the Damned, the records vary. Something between 150 and 110 years ago, they've been at each other's throats. We, as the Cult of Decay, joined the fight some 75 years ago or so. I've been here for all of it. Things were different back then. The Battle of the Cracked Keep. There's a number of others, but take me a moment to rack my mind. "50 years ago, Myrus died. Myrus was one of the old indexes of shadow. Noctum killed her. She was a friend. She was someone I looked up to. It was a heavy, heavy loss. It forced us on the defensive. Noctum started building their walls higher, thicker around that time. Things started to cool a little bit from the utter bloodshed of before, where every reconstitution meant final death. Though shortly after that, Eloise, former Index of Decay, was killed at a ceasefire talks, what became known as the Battle of the Cracked Keep. I think we lost 2 sigils worth of friends that day. I remember the smoke, the blood. Around 30 years ago is when the magic started to return. It wasn't the way it is now, but it was getting better. It was getting better, and I think both of us, Noctum and our side, decided to focus more inward. There were still skirmishes, but they weren't as intense. We all lost a lot at this point. We began to build our castles higher. We began to gather more resources and stop fighting on the ragged edge of nothing. A street fight to the death is what it was before, but it became... It wasn't peace, but it was less ragged, I suppose. Well, it wasn't until about 10 years ago that we really had enough magic to really do anything with. And maybe 6 years ago now was when the ceasefire started, at least until the ritual.
So, what started the ceasefire? How did you come to terms with it? Or agreements?
The return of magic made it possible for us to build our keeps stronger, more fortified. The placing of castle hearts became tenuously possible. Our home, the Rotholm, all of it was built by hand, brick by brick, at a time before castle hearts could exist. It is why it is not bound by their limits, because we built it over so many years. But with magic starting to return, we began to focus our efforts inward. And I believe that Noctum did the same. They weren't out on the roads as much, they weren't out for blood, and their hit squads weren't attacking us as much. It was the logical thing to do, to focus on ourselves. They did the same. So the indexes met with their directors, and they came to terms, tenuous as they were.
Must have been hard to build those castles by hand. Yeah. But, like,
All of us have a great appreciation for manual labor. It's, I think, why we all enjoyed helping build the shelter so much. It kind of reminded us of old times. It's good that you know. There's a lot of people here who look at us and them and they don't understand why things are the way they are. It's hard to make people understand what exactly brought us here. Did you? Is it? I'm not certain I'm familiar. Perhaps we have a book on it, but it isn't coming to the front of my mind. The Academy used to make it. Curious. That is curious. My intention, and I'm willing to be open about this as you are helping me in it, is magical threads. To form a weave of sorts. So, in a sense, a similar theory. Let me get out my notes for what I have at least written down and proposed for myself. This would be the second step, but in my theory to repair a core, you must weave threads of magic to repair it. Now, the thing with magical cores is that like meets like, and unlike does not respond well to unlike. That is a fundamental part of my theory. To truly repair a core, external magic must be woven in familiarity. There must be an element of the core's own magic for external magic to be accepted. Now, this can happen in two ways. If a school is merely damaged, then you can manipulate some of that school's magic, weave it into threads that form a basket of sorts, a nest, a net upon which new magic can be introduced, woven in with the old so that it is accepted as familiar. This is what ultimately allows the core to become self-sustaining with new magic. This theory can be extended, I believe, even to cores that have lost the use of a school entirely, like Vanamo's. It is a bit trickier in this regard, but the method by which you would create familiar magic is actually by creating entropy. You would weave together a small amount of a core's magic of all of its remaining schools, and then introduce external magic, weave them together to form a small amount of entropy, and weave this entropic thread. The same sort of weave within one's core, because this entropic thread contains all schools of magic, and additionally is innately keyed to one's own core, by the nature of it having been produced in part by magic of one's own core. If entropic magic is already present in the core, say as the core of a Rotling, and they happen to be missing a school, then in theory you could simply use the entropy already present, as that entropy can be separated into that school. I see. A binding agent for magic, then likely it would work along the same lines I have thought. Though what remains important is the theory of like meets like, and the need for familiar magic, so that external magic can be properly accepted by a core. My hope is that this ritual can help repair even the most damaged cores. It is a good thought, and it is very helpful.
any idea when you're planning on attempting this? Or you're
As
still
soon
researching?
as I can finish meditating on the finer points, I would be happy to attempt it. Ultimately, it's the sort of thing that must be conducted with exceptional delicacy. It has a material cost, of course. Flawless gems or spell jewels, some obsidian or gold, magical conductors, witch dust is also an option, as well as appropriate ritual casters of the schools that need repair. Core manipulation, as I have said before, must be done with great delicacy and finesse. Pushing things the wrong way can lead to damage.
Okay, well, do let me know ahead of time when you plan to try this, since, I mean, the volunteer is Hannah.
Quite alright. I was discussing some of the details of my core research. Alexei asked when I would be interested in attempting such. Ultimately, the answer is at such a point when I am certain of my meditations on the matter, so that I am willing to attempt it in full. I wrote her, and she wrote me back, but I was quite busy with spirits for most of the cycle, and I have a small stack of letters that I still need to reply to. I believe hers is among them. I thought I should bring my horse in from outside. I apologize about the dials.
It's alright, as long as it's not on the carpet. Also, your horse shares the name of...
By design.
Yeah.
By design.
Now, the only problem is if there were two outside.
Yes.
Or three. One moment.
See, the thing about the name tag is your horse is not of the same make, so it lacks
Right.
the look.
It does look quite dashing, though.
It does, though I would not mirror the name without mirroring the appearance as well.
Fair enough.
You could. Unrelated, but I've been sort of looking for corrupted blood as of late. I was able to capture a near pure wolf, and my efforts with corrupted fish have been less than delightful. Still, it's a thought for keep making me a little more mobile on the battlefield, though
Careful. That blood's known to cause
it isn't
hallucination.
pleasant to drink, truthfully. But it does make me quicker on my feet.
Well, it really depends how good you are with Venom Sap overall.
I've worked with it for a while.
I have, 200 years ago there was quite a bit about Venom Sap overall. some people, like myself included, get addicted to venom sap if they consume it once or twice. And 200 years ago, we tested out a lot of bullshit. But people that have an addiction usually build up tolerances to things. And corrupted blood usually has an intake of venom sap as well. So you get used to it after some while of drinking it.
It's far from my favorite taste, but after what happened, I thought I might need to change something. Which reminds me, Alexei, would you like a spar? We can continue this upstairs.
Sure, one moment. You said, why corrupted? You said just for mobility?
I want to test out these axes.
It makes me quicker on my feet.
You're very quick. Had a little visitor earlier. Heveki came to pick up some things that I had provided. It's just downstairs.
Where the fuck is the arena?
Across and down. Across and down.
Oh, here.
I'm not empowered at present, but I can be.
It's just blood for me. Alright, I'm ready. Ooh,
Okay,
we're going all out.
first. Better not with hoods.
Oh, yes, we can do.
Oh. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Come near.
Oh, they're putting the healers on one team?
Well, I think it would be very funny, Hannah, if you fight with me.
Are you gonna do this with the hood?
Obviously.
Actually, Don't-
Oh, finally!
Finally.
Ah, well fought.
Maybe no corrupted blood for you.
I said I can fight, but I'm not a fighter. There's an important difference.
To be fair, the HUD made it a lot of times very
Yes.
hard.
Much
Absolutely.
interesting. Yes, I wouldn't want to face that in battle, that's for damn sure. At least not with enhancement.
You know, Alexi, both of them wouldn't run around me. They're both
Exactly.
imposters.
Of course.
That is probably one of the only ways I can. Okay. That is also.
Okay, that is Karina. Or Henna 2.0.
Yes, it's very difficult to fight people in hoods, especially the people that heal.
You know what I definitely wouldn't want to face? You and Henna 2.0.
As you wish.
Yeah, that's.
That would be awful to fight against.
No, you don't.
No, mm-mm.
I think... Eva, you're with me. Hannah, you're with Alexei.
Okay.
This is so difficult.
Yeah, I kind of got confused too. I attacked Karina, had a 2.0 more off than you.
How hurt
Wait a
were you
minute.
at the end?
Until I got hit by the beam, it was about half. Also, I just realized you can tell, based on sigil magics.
Sure. But it's no
Okay,
fun, though.
let's add
Not you.
Karina to our sigil.
No, I cannot depart my sigil magic.
We're only unable to see hers, but the rest of us, yeah, you can.
This is so weird. I want to use the axe.
I
Set,
certainly
but
would
this
love
is-
to use those.
I also have these.
What the hell?
Oh, sorry. Ow. Yeah, I
It's
got
alright.
these. I got these from the ceremony in Nocturne.
Oh, I'm... Okay, hold on. There we go.
Huh?
Too many Rotlings. I forgot I put away my slashers.
Ah, excellent. Well done.
Beautiful.
I have
I
to
didn't
say,
actually see
your
how much damage done.
healing magics, including with my healing from my blood, is very interesting. I basically
Oh.
never got below 600 vitality.
Yes, that's something I needed to experiment with, especially with
Come to me.
another doctor of similar magic. I
Of course.
think I could be a lot more durable with the right healing.
The thing
yes.
is, the jewels I have on my spells are all infused with healing. So is my blood, and then having also Hannah 2.0 with me, you know? I just need to hit my spells, which is hard when everyone is dead.
It is very
So it
difficult to
shall
tell
be.
who's who, I will say, as the only
Approach.
I
male
attacked.
non-rock.
I attacked Hannah 2.0 more often than Hannah. Ow. Rude.
Okay, so what are we doing?
Okay, it's fine. No,
Murder.
the fighter.
I'm curious. Try your best.
Oh. At best? Okay.
Where?
Don't hit. Wait.
Don't worry, I got my timing by now.
Yeah, that's very difficult to do in a box. But, granted, that type of... Hey, where are you going?
Huh? There's a rat.
There are no secrets in this household, I promise. Not even a single one.
Uh-huh, what about the person that was in your room before?
The what?
There was 100% a person in the room
No, that
before,
was
don't
just
lie
a
to me.
sneeze.
I heard rumblings up there. I heard a chest opening from someone that is not in Sigil. Do not lie to me, Alexi. Just tell me,
Then
just be honest that you're courting someone.
What? Courting?
You
Okay,
heard
well, that would
me.
certainly be a development.
Hannah, is he lying into
Courting-
my face?
Courting someone that I didn't know. That would be something.
Yeah, of
Didn't think
course
I'm-
it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Am I that attractive or something?
you are such a liar.
I'll have you know that if I bring someone over, they will be announced. Most of the time. Oh yes, now the arena magics have worn off. Yes, this place is safe. I made sure of that.
Yes.
Lovely.
Started to feel like I was on Farbane's roads again for a second there.
Oh, so that
Didn't end well.
Safe here.
I couldn't run from them all.
apologies if what just happened put that fear in you.
It's best that we don't do outnumbered spars, I think. Starts to feel a little too real.
Yeah, I understand. Yes, we're here for you.
Agreed.
Yes, I do believe that's true. She's very protective.
Allow me to get more comfortable.
Oh, if it comes out and Hannah is in danger, I will murder everyone that gets into Hannah's way.
Color me apathetic.
Yes, but if anyone catches wind, they might not care.
Anyways, I'll be getting some things from my old home. I'm moving out towards here.
Oh, I'll be happy to have you.
As you wish.
Away from the Dalrods. It's better that way, even because two other Dalrod members are also with Noctum. Well, at least one is really siding with Noctum, the other one is still hesitant to join. Easier to keep secrets that way for me, if I get away from them. For information, that's Vortigern, Karnstein, and Conrad Dalrod. Anyways, Lothric is neutral as far as I know, but does not like the cold. Vortigern is in allegiance with Noctum. Conrad is neutral, but is contemplating of joining Noctum. Nox is in allegiance with Noctum. Tilly is neutral with the Academy. Emilia is good with the cold, does not deal with Noctum. Who else is in that fucking house? Dante dislikes the cold, is rather siding with Noctum, but is neutral, just like Conrad. Claudia is in a deep slumber and won't wake again. At least, not for now. She's in a deep slumber. Vampires, here and then, have moments where they just don't want to rise. It is unsure when Claudia wakes again. She is safe, she is fine, but she refuses to wake. We call this usually in... Well, it is usually a very long slumber. Sometimes it takes a century, sometimes longer, sometimes just a decade.
Alright, well, my spirits beckon for the rest of the cycle. You're welcome here as long as you write ahead of time. Always, always. And yes, be well.
And
course.
one more
That's if we're
member,
awake.
Erilyn. I would say she is neutral, but not sure.
Yes, yes you do. All the time. Although I'm thinking of a solution for that. Maybe there's a different way to let you inside but no one else.
Behold,
Over this
It'd be very
way,
difficult.
in the pathway.
Wait, what pathway?
There is a small road where the river leads to in this direction. You could make a small entrance hidden in ivy there. Oh
I
wait,
see.
no, that's elevated. Actually, that's no. Consult with the higher deities. We have in our house Dalra the connection from house 1 to house 2.
Hmm.
If you can make it that there's maybe a small entrance outside of here
Like
into
this?
here. One moment. Yes, like this, and then have maybe a ladder or something that is hidden for people to climb and enter.
This is my secret area though.
Doesn't matter where. Just come with me for a moment.
Sure, 1 second. I don't know if you saw this.
Here. Have maybe in this little
Tunnel.
cranny or something an entryway that maybe you can go into as a rat, and then you appear in the estate.
Or on the outside
I
at
have no
least.
strong
Okay.
feelings
And
one
keep
way or
it-
the other.
And keep it secret, of course. But you have to consult with the deities for that.
Of course. Maybe. I will consider this. Yes, yes.
So it shall be.
It takes time, but it
Going to
is
take us some time.
it is certainly the best way of secret entryway.
Oh, we could definitely use one. Given, you know. Okay.
Bend to my
Alright.
will.
Well, I'm to head to Torfor.
And I'm headed to my house real quick to gather all my things.
Hannah, do you need an escort back? It's alright. It shouldn't matter much. Um, they are out from my head, so I will stay unmasked and draw them away if need be. It's alright.
Isn't it not best that I bring her there?
It's up to you. If you two wanna... Oh, actually, yes. Maybe it is. But why would... You know what? Go ahead. I actually think that is best.
Alexi, you know why it is good? I told Nocturne that I tried it.
I will
And this may
fight
sound weird right now, but I'm sharing it free. I told Jezebel and Eleanor that I'm trying to get back into the Code's Good's trust.
Oh. Alright.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then go
That
ahead.
way they will probably leave me alone if I suddenly bring Hannah over there.
Yeah, yeah. Alright. Best of luck, you two.
Exactly.
Just make sure to act the part.
The acting really only has to happen once we...
Okay, alright.
What?
Best of...
No. Hand holding is sacred. I'm not holding your hands all
Okay.
the time, am I? You... I'll be back.
Alright, good luck.
Alright. Let's go then. Oh. My home is first of all not there. And a second of... Oh, you meant it this way. Yeah, that's fine. I'm not bringing you over there. Wouldn't do so in the first place. Martium is too dangerous.
a brilliant concoction.
But it seems like the roads are quiet this cycle. For now. Oh. I thought you wanted to... get here.
They just
Alex,
don't
big.
you like